Mm. What's up, Paul? What's up, username? Happy Monday, guys. We back. We back after a nice weekend. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Those of you who are jumping in, give you guys some time to jump in here. Tony says Bama's going to roll over Tennessee. It's going to be a good game, but I don't think you're going to roll Tennessee. I think it'll be a good game, though. Bama and Georgia both look beatable. Go Vols. They do. They do. They both look beatable, definitely. Good Vols morning. Good morning, Mid 10. Good to see you, my friend. Bama fan. I'm coming here with a little bit more of a responsible comeback, right? Or a responsible get back. I know y'all riding high after that win, but my goodness, I still think we will be Kentucky, but their defense looking good. Oh yeah, awesome. We've said it since the beginning of the year. Kentucky's defense looks good. Justin says, "Go Dogs!" Welcome in, my friend. Bama fan says, "Someone said Bama sucks." Okay. I think y'all go 10-2, still good. Zachary, I think we have an opportunity to go potential 11-1, man. I think that those games against Alabama and Georgia are just that, question marks. Rick, welcome in, my friend. Bama still questionable for you? Yes. I think that's a question mark. Bama looked good against Georgia, but I mean, I think they still got to come to Neyland. They don't look unstoppable. Look at the Sooner fans, question mark. UK upgraded to a question mark or still an auto W. Guys, none of these are auto W's. I just think there's a higher, if it's a W, there's a higher chance that they win than if they lose. So currently right now with FPI, the Tennessee, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia game, those are question marks. They're essentially 50-50 games. Tennessee has a 90-something% chance of beating Arkansas this week. They've got a 98% chance of beating Florida. Bama, I think they've got a 48% chance. Therefore, just round it up to 50-50. Kentucky, they've got like an 80-something% chance. Mississippi State, they've got like a 90. Georgia, I think they've got a 48.5, 49, something like that. So those two, genuinely, on my perspective, they will not be question marks the week of. I'll have a prediction the week of. But I would not say these are auto games. Kentucky scares me. Kentucky is they've got a decent defense. They've got a really decent defense. They look pretty good. But I think Tennessee is the better football team. Maybe Ole Miss. I don't know if Ole Miss just isn't what we thought that they were, or Kentucky's just figuring it out. You might be a bit too confident against UK. Tennessee's 3-2, or Kentucky's 3-2, and Tennessee has the potential to be 5-0 after this week. I don't think I'm too confident. I know that you guys had a big win at Ole Miss, but you still got to come to Neyland Stadium and play Tennessee. Everybody thought Georgia was the best team in the nation. I didn't think that. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks. I think Georgia looks overrated, and I still stand by that comment. I made a video I think they look overrated. I think that Georgia has too many gaps in defense. I think that Carson Beck is average. I believe it. I think he's average. He doesn't have Brock Bowers or what's his face McConkey to bail him out every single time. I think that Georgia's overrated. And I think thoughts on Kentucky, they look good. They've got a really good defense. Colin says Vols overrated, but I know that that's hard to hear that Georgia's overrated, in my opinion. That's your opinion, Colin, but we will see. We will see. Tennessee's number 4 in the nation ahead of Georgia right now. So we'll see. We'll see what that'll pan out. But just know that Tennessee still has a chance to be better than Georgia this year. They play 2 more games, basically. Texas is probably taking that crown. Texas looks pretty darn good. Tennessee hasn't played anybody, bro. They have. They went into Oklahoma and beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma's 4-1 right now. What's your prediction? Their only loss is Tennessee. I say low top 10. Georgia going to beat Tennessee. We will see. We will see. My Sooners, let me see. My Sooners didn't have an offense. I think Tennessee still would have beat Oklahoma. Thank goodness OU wasn't playing their new quarterback. I think we still would have stopped him. Tennessee isn't Auburn. Let's just put that out there. Tennessee is not Auburn. What do you think about? Let's see here. It's funny seeing other fans in here. They're in here all the time, man. Hey, finally Georgia? Question mark? Yes, sir. Tennessee definitely loses 3 games this year. Man, we've been hearing that, Nate, since y'all said we weren't gonna we were gonna go 2-2, 500 at the beginning of the year. Look how that's changed. I don't forget the beginning of the year. You guys were calling me crazy for saying that Tennessee would beat NC State and beat Oklahoma. Remember that? We're 4-0. We're 4-0. Tennessee can't even win their own conference. You haven't been good in 10 years. Cody, what the heck does that have to do with this year? Goodness gracious. Y'all reaching now. Y'all reaching in the back. Y'all reaching in the back. You have nothing. Where's Georgia at? Under the Vols. Be quiet already. Do you know these things are Tennessee will have their first loss when they come to Georgia. It's loss, Blaze. It's loss. What do you think about Alabama? Alabama they look pretty good, man. I don't know what happened towards the end of the game there. Did they just start laying down? Did they give up? But Alabama looks good. Milroe looks like Milroe. I think that Alabama was rolling high the other night, and I think they're a good football team. I've said that since the beginning. So yeah, I think there's a potential that we see number 1 Alabama versus number 2 or number 3 Tennessee in a couple weeks. User says, bro, you're not beating Bama. You Bama fans are really confident all the time, man. You got to come to Neyland. Like Tennessee isn't no walking mat anymore, my friend. It's pretty delusional to look at Tennessee and think that you're just going to come in and dog walk. B to the J. Thank you so much for the money gun, man. Appreciate the gift. Lucas says you will not beat Bama. You guys said the same thing to Texas when they came into your place last year. Texas won. You said the same thing when you come into Neyland 2 years ago. What about Tennessee? What about Alabama versus Tennessee makes you think that that's a guarantee W for Bama? Guarantee. Tennessee versus Alabama going to be a battle. Yeah, it will. It's going to be number 1 versus number 2 in the nation. If Tennessee gets past Arkansas this week in Florida, and Alabama wins out, it'll be 1 versus 2. Kentucky going to surprise you. We hear that every year. Can't cover the run. I mean, I think it could be a closer game than what people think, but I think Tennessee comes away with most home games this year, if not all. All we got to do is run double. Let me see. Man, these are coming in pretty hot. All we got to do is run double DBs on the 17-year-old. Well, we got Boo Carter. Boo Carter can keep up with him, I think. Georgia versus UT is going to be a good one, especially if the second half Georgia shows up. I think that will be a good one. Someone says y'all will beat Georgia. That'd be nice. Pack says LMAO. The football team for Tennessee, 10 for 10, but basketball will always lose to Purdue. Much love, though. Jay, good to see you, man. Appreciate you. How in the heck are y'all going to jump Texas before the Bama game? Like I said, it could be 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3. Jay, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate you. Ryan Williams isn't Alabama's threat. Texas isn't losing anything soon, so Tennessee won't go to number 2. You never know, man. It's all based on the voters. I doubt it, though. I think we'd be at least number 3. 9-3 on the year. How will Tennessee jump Ohio State? Ohio State doesn't look – dude, Ohio State has a freaking cakewalk of a schedule, bro. Texas thinking they run things every year in when the SEC starts. If Kentucky's offense shows up, that will be a good game. Yeah. But if their offense doesn't show up, Tennessee wins. Um, Hogs are a loss. Not with that offensive line, they're not. I'm telling you guys, if you have a mid to average offensive line, Tennessee is going to win that game. Tennessee is going to win that game. No disrespect to the Hogs, but Tennessee's a 13.5 favorite in Fayetteville. Now, that could be a trap game, but there's a reason why Tennessee is a 13.5 favorite. I said it all week last week. I would not be surprised if Tennessee moves to a 13.5 favorite by the start. And those of you who watch me faithfully know that I said this. I think last week they were 8.5 favorite, and I said by the beginning of next week, Tennessee will be a 13.5 favorite. You think Tennessee can stop the mobile ability of Milroe? I think that they can, yes. Tennessee's got the number one run defense in the entire nation right now. I've been on the Hogs since day one. Good, John. Good. Arkansas is better than they get credit for. They are. They are. They're a good football team. They're a lot better than they. But again, there's a reason why they're 3-2. You've still got to win your games. I know you had a close game against Oklahoma State or whoever. Well, yeah, Oklahoma State. You had a good battle with Texas A&M on a neutral site. I mean, it was a good game. But I just think Tennessee's the better football team. So who do you have for the SEC championship? I think. I mean, it could be. Right now, I'm going to say I'm going to put Alabama over Georgia since that Georgia got beat. But I mean that SEC, I did have it maybe being Ole Miss, but I think the SEC championship game could be Texas versus Alabama. It could be Alabama versus Tennessee. It could be Texas versus Tennessee. It could be Georgia versus Texas. It could be Georgia versus Alabama. It could be Georgia versus Tennessee. I think that the SEC is stacked at the top half. Roll blank. Tennessee looking lethal. Thank you, Alabama fan, for coming in and using some common sense. The people that are like, you ain't no way. Y'all are deep inside. You're threatened. You're threatened. After watching Georgia versus Alabama Saturday, I think Tennessee beats Georgia. Don't think that they can stop our offense. I've said I think Georgia's overrated this year. Kentucky is a good trap game, but Georgia fans will go to the grave with that. They will get all upset if they hear you say that. The Big Ten is ranked way too high. I think Ohio State might be a little overrated this year. People are not realizing Tennessee is not beating Georgia. I don't know what confidence you have in that after your performance on Saturday. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real. I know that Georgia fans are high. I mean, y'all found success for the first time in over 40 years a couple of years ago with Kirby Smart. But, dude, Kirby Smart's one player away from losing that locker room. Let's be real. He's one player away from losing that locker room. Guys are getting arrested. They're getting in trouble with the law. He's one player away from losing that locker room. Y'all got routed the first half. If it wasn't for Alabama laying down, you guys looked like Kent State in the first half of that game. Don't come at me with saying that Tennessee is not beating. Now, don't get me. Georgia can beat Tennessee. They're a good football team. But y'all are sitting at number 5 right now for good reason. You could probably be lower. Come on, man. Kentucky beating Tennessee. We'll see. We play Bama and Neyland at night. Going to be a crazy game. It is. OSU isn't overrated at all, in my opinion. Good teams come back. Don't even with that. Well, good teams start the game well. Good teams start the game well. That comeback will always, I mean, let's be real. Start the game. Y'all got routed and destroyed. You're beatable. Like, period. It says, bro, where's Penn State? Just took the W on Saturday. What do you mean, where's Penn State? Like in the ratings? As an Auburn fan, I've lost all hope. Y'all are beating Bama. Is all I have left. Be nice. They lose Beck. Might as well. Oh yeah. If Beck gets hurt, y'all done. Done. Georgia's done. Beck is average in my opinion. I think he's overrated. I've said it for 3 years. Any team is beatable. What are you talking about, dude? That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. Beck is average A. I mean, he is. He's not that good. They have red shirts on the bench. Beck overrated. He's just accurate. I think he doesn't make smart decisions on the field. I mean, look at Brock Bowers bailed him out time and time again. Beck got exposed. He did. Average QB is a great system. Go Vols, baby. Go Vols, baby. Florida owns Tennessee. You ain't lying on that. They do. He had one bad game. Dude, he's looked questionable all year, bro. He's looked questionable all year. That's not just based on one game. The offense for Georgia has looked questionable all year. Tennessee need to play some school teams, make the Alabama game, losing to Georgia, and that's about it. 11-1, that'd be nice. Do you see us really being able to contain Alabama's QB? Yes. We've got the number one rated defense in the nation. We are the number one defense in the nation, period. And we're number 4 in offensive production. So, like, we're fine, man. I think he's going to have his yards, but Tennessee is not. I mean, it's in the stats. It's right in front of your face, right? I think that we were able to contain him. He'll have his yards, but I don't think he's going to be able to go nuts. Best D line, we got the best D line in the country. We'll be all right. Nico for Heisman, he's in the conversation for Heisman. He's in the Heisman conversation. What do you think about USC? South Carolina, the USC Trojan. Who are you talking about? I'll be at the Arkansas game. I'm pumped. Go Rocky Top. Heck yeah, Brad. Have a good time, man. Cam Ward for Heisman, in my opinion. Cam Ward looks good. Here we come with the delusional thing. Delusion with no objective argument. Trojans, what do you think the score is going to be next week with Arkansas? We're a 13.5 favorite. I'm going to go 42-21. I'm going to go 42-21 Vols. Ty, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Travis Hunter for Heisman. No. GBO, thank you for the follow, my friend. If BC wins out, they are a playoff team. They very well could be. Thoughts on Colorado? I mean, they're playing pretty decent. Did they won on Saturday, right? Didn't pay any attention though. Cade looking good. GBO, absolutely. GBO, Olivia. Alabama versus Tennessee is going to be great. It's going to be a great game, man. Nico for Heisman. We'll see. He's got a lot to prove. He's in the top 5 conversation for Heisman. Arkansas, he'll be in New York potentially for sure. Arkansas fan here. I think Tennessee will wax us by 25. Man, I think it'll be a good game, man. Y'all got a good team over there. Bama is a loss. Cam, I'm waiting for a Bama fan to give me objective stats on why it's a guaranteed loss. Waiting. I think y'all are delusional. If this was the Alabama schedule, I think you're delusional to put a guaranteed W beside Tennessee going into Neyland Stadium. Delusional. Alabama looks good. They look good. I'm not going to take that, but you're nuts to look at Tennessee this year and say there's no way that Tennessee can beat Alabama. Crazy. Bama is supportive for the most part. UK will be closer than you think it could be. Tennessee is the hardest game for Alabama. I'm a Tennessee. Man, these comments are coming in quick. How are you going to stop Ryan Williams? That's up to the coaches, Jake. I think they can. We've got one of the best rated cornerbacks in the nation, in McCoy. Put him on Williams and see what he can do. Tennessee versus Bama going to be a dang good game. It is. Bama versus Texas in a bowl game. RT. Bama's going to dog walk to. No, you're not. As a Bama fan, I think we will win, but in no way is it automatic. Tennessee going to smack Alabama. I don't think we're going to smack them. I think it's going to be a good game. Y'all think y'all better than Georgia? We'll see. Georgia's 3-1 right now. I'm wearing the same, or 4-1, 3-1, whatever it is. You're ranked number 5. Tennessee's ranked number 4. So right now we are, yes. With 2 losses, are y'all gonna go into the playoff? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Carson Beck has been overrated. I've said it for 3 years. The score with Bama gonna be 42-38 Bama's way. I could see that happening. That'd be an okay score for me. That'd be a good game. Again, but that's not no dog walk. I appreciate your input. Thoughts on Ohio State? I think they're overrated. I think their defense might get them in trouble some this year. I think they've got the easiest schedule in the country, Ohio State. Cookie schedule, yet we're going 10-2. We've still got Alabama and Georgia. It is an easier schedule, comparatively speaking, to Tennessee's past. But Texas got an easier one. Bama will walk Tennessee. Bama will walk Tennessee if they fix tiny secondary issues. I don't think so, my friend. Right now, Tennessee looks more complete. If y'all have to fix secondary issues, then Tennessee's in good standing. Tennessee's got the number one ranked defense in the nation and number four ranked offense in the nation. Tennessee looks pretty darn good. Are Tennessee fans always this delusional? Ohio State would dog walk. No, you would not. Ohio State would not dog walk Tennessee. Get out of here, man. You could win that game, but you're not dog walking Tennessee. Goodness gracious. Arkansas game kind of scares me a little, man. I've said it since the beginning of the year. That's a trap game. Don't overlook Vanderbilt. No, don't overlook anybody. Look at what Kentucky did to Ole Miss. Look at what they almost did to Georgia. And Georgia fans coming in here thinking, "Oh, we're better." Come on, Tennessee versus Michigan. Who you got? I think it'd be a good game. I'm going Tennessee versus Michigan. I don't think Michigan's quite what they were last year. They look good. They're better than what people thought, I think. Man, I was really about to say Arkansas is going to be a crazy game. Might be worth the trip down from Kentucky. Be a good game, man. They'll lose to Bama and Georgia, then say next year is our year. And if you're wrong, you won't be back in the chat. I've had a bunch of you in this chat all year long, and you've been wrong. Nobody coming back to take it to the chin with integrity. Kentucky is never terrible. They just beat Ole Miss. Kentucky's a good football team. They've got a really good defense. Maybe Kentucky too. Tennessee is winning out. That'd be nice. It's a hill to climb. Milroe is a Heisman favorite right now. Yes, I think Tennessee can beat Bama. I think they absolutely can. Bama's not invincible. Which SEC? I'm a dog fan, but UT does look really good this year. They do. Thank you so much. Is Georgia washed or is Bama just that good? I don't think Georgia is what they have been. I think there's a lot of stuff going on. People have been calling it. There's stuff going on in the locker room that Georgia fans have been denying for long enough. I don't think Kirby has control of his players. I said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. I think that his players are in too much legal trouble, and he's one player away from losing that entire locker room and the whole thing crumbling down. Just going to say it. And they've had so much stuff, controversy. Every team has players that get in trouble with the law here and there. Tennessee had a few last year. But to the extent that it's happening in Georgia, he's one player away from losing that locker room. One. And Georgia fans will deny that all day long. I don't think he has those guys under control, and they're going to lose 2 or 3 games this year. Watch what's happening in Georgia. There's no control. He's got talent, but there's no organizational or cultural control. There's no culture, none, except for getting in trouble. And talent will only take you so far with this year's Georgia team. Can't wait for Tennessee to play someone actually good. No Bowers to lead, which 10-2 Tennessee, 10-2 Georgia, or 9-3 Georgia. Gators by 40. Whoa. Respect your opinion. I don't think that's happening. Georgia is going to be just fine. There's the denial. Kirby better get control of that locker room, man. That's all I'm saying. Florida owns Tennessee. You're not lying. Do you think UT beats Georgia in a couple of weeks? I think it's possible. Right now, I think it's a question mark. Bama might put 50 on the Vols. No, they're not. Tennessee's defense is better than Georgia's. Georgia is done this year. Arkansas could be a trap game. Florida always plays Tennessee good. I wouldn't think. Yeah, I think they're going to play Tennessee good for sure. Insane take that Tennessee's defense is better than. Go look on the stats. Don't lie, bro. Stats don't lie. Y'all let Alabama put up 42 points on y'all. Got routed. And you want to sit here and say insane take. Don't come in here casting delusion when you can't even look at the facts, my friend. Come on, bro. Goodness. I think Bama will be y'all's biggest game this year. It could be. Who do you think is going to win the Red River rivalry, Oklahoma or Texas? I'm going Texas. Jalen Milroe. We got Georgia. You did. You routed them, and they're still in here in denial, calling it an insane take that Tennessee's defense is better than Georgia's. Shoot. Got 247 people in here. Welcome in, guys. So glad that you are here, man. So glad that you're here. Balls by 50. Let's go. Bama gonna run up 50 on. No, you're not. David, thank you for the rose, man. Appreciate you. They did route us. They won by 7. They routed you. If you're trying to say they only won by 7, they didn't route us, they routed you. I'm a Gators fan and we're cooked. Penn State all day. You counting, what do you think about Ole Miss? I don't know. I don't know, man. Those fake injury stuff that Lane Kiffin does all the time, that's bullcrap, bro. He did that against Tennessee 2 years ago in Neyland Stadium, and then he did it against Kentucky. It's soft. The fake injury stuff is soft. If you can't stop Tennessee's offense or you can't stop Kentucky's offense, and then you're soft. Quit faking injuries so you can stop an offense. Do you think your team is soft? DB coming in after that Georgia loss, baby. Your team is soft. We were down 30-3 at halftime. Get out of here, bro. Tennessee will be 13-0. That'd be nice, Casey. That'd be nice. Bama versus Texas national championship game. I could see it. It's weird seeing Florida so late this year. Yeah. What about Florida State, man? Someone said easy schedule. Comparatively speaking, yes, it is. Ohio State's got an easier one. Texas, I would argue, has an easier one. We're not talking about them, are we? I think 13-0 is a very good possibility. It could. Sorry, do you think we will shut down Ryan Williams when we play Bama? Ryan Williams will have his moments, but I think we can. We've got the talent in the secondary to keep up. I love how cocky Tennessee has gotten the last 2 years. Y'all haven't been good ever. Yes, we have. Joey, are you in high school? How old are you, Joey? Because you weren't, I guarantee you were in your mama's womb when Tennessee was dominating NCAA football. Or you weren't even a thought yet. You've just been alive for the last 50. Exactly. There we go. Answers my question. Appreciate you, Joey. Appreciate your input. But dude, you weren't alive to remember Tennessee when they were dominating college football. It's only a matter of time. Boomer fan, welcome in. I told you it's only a matter of time for Tennessee came back. DB and nobody cares about what happened last year, right? Or the year before that. So your national championship picture, you can take off and give credit where credit is due and say you got dog walked by Alabama. They took the Bulldogs for a walk, and they were in complete control. Complete control. Vols versus Arkansas score prediction: Tennessee 42, Arkansas 21. Do you think UT will beat Bama? It's a question mark. I think they can. Absolutely. Bama looks good. Tennessee looks good. I think it's going to be a great game. Does Bama come to Neyland? They do come to Neyland this year, yes. Are you worried about Kentucky's defense? No, I'm not worried about it. I mean, it needs to be acknowledged. They've got a pretty darn good defense. I don't want to say that I'm necessarily worried about it. I think their defense is up par and par with Oklahoma, and but if you don't have an offense, you're going to be maybe 6-6, maybe 7-5. But Kentucky's got to get their offense. Kentucky has had a good, decent defense the last few years. They just can't win the big games against the Tennessees and the Georgias because they have no offense. Defense, I mean, if you play a team like Tennessee with their offense, they're going to get their points. You might have a couple 3-and-outs here and there. You might have a good stretch, maybe a turnover, but Tennessee's going to get their points, and then they're just going to win by defense this year. South Carolina versus Ole Miss prediction. I'm going South Carolina right now. I'm going South Carolina. Maybe Ole Miss, just maybe, not taking anything away from Kentucky, but I think maybe Ole Miss is a little overrated. Are the Hurricanes really a top 10 team? No. Kentucky got hardest schedule in the SEC. They do. They do. Tennessee ain't played nobody. Nope, Tennessee bought extra goalposts this year, and hopefully we get to throw them in the river again. Clemson is the best team in the ACC. There's no doubt about it. I'd say right now Clemson is the team to beat in the ACC. Absolutely. ACC is soft, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Clemson's the best team in the ACC. The ACC is soft this year. It does seem to be that way. Oklahoma about to work their way back into the playoffs. They very well could, man. SMU will beat Clemson. Possibility. SMU looks good. Florida will beat Tennessee this year. I doubt that. It'll be a good game for a bit, and then Tennessee pulls away. Miami is the best team in the ACC. I think it's Clemson. Clemson is the best team in the ACC right now. Who has the hardest schedule in the SEC? Probably Florida. Somebody said that Kentucky had the hardest. I think it's Florida. Bama versus Tennessee, 42 to no, you're not. You're not beating Tennessee 42-17. Gosh. Tennessee going undefeated, I hope. UK is tough this year. They are. They got a tough defense. Their offense is still subpar. Still a Mark Stoops offense. And I wouldn't be surprised if you lose 2 or 3 more games. Graham Mertz is undefeated or underrated. Underrated. Top 3 Heisman candidates to you. Cam Ward is got to be one of them. I would have had Jackson Dart in there. Cam Ward right now would be my top Heisman candidate. I would have said Carson Beck was probably in there, but I mean, I just don't think that he's gonna be in there. But I don't know. Jalen Milroe for sure as well. Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe. And I just refuse to put Travis Hunter in that conversation. I don't know why. I mean, he's a good player, but I think he's just hyped up because of whose dad he is. I'm with you on Travis Hunter. Dude, thank you for putting a question mark over. You're welcome, my friend. Someone said, if dude says Nico, question mark. Hey, you want to know something? Nico's in the Heisman conversation. What? Is that crazy? Huh? I didn't say Nico, and I don't think that Nico will win the Heisman this year, but he's in the conversation. Top 5, baby. Top 5. You think Florida are gonna be a primetime game? Probably not. No. What's the score against my Hogs? I think it's Tennessee 42, Hogs 17 or 21. Go Vols, baby. What's up, Devin? What's up, buddy? I got your call, dude. It's just been super crazy busy. Deion Sanders is overrated. Yeah, he is. Does Auburn beat Georgia? I'm going to go no. Should Kentucky be ranked? They should. I want to say they should be, but maybe they sneak in there. They're not ranked right now, are they? Did they end up sneaking into the top 25 this past week? No, I don't think Kentucky should be ranked. No, not yet. They've got to win another ranked game, I think. If South Carolina beats Ole Miss, then Kentucky may have an argument to be ranked. But Kentucky has 2 losses, so they shouldn't be. They were routed by South Carolina. If they would have beat South Carolina, definitely. But they were destroyed by South Carolina, and that, yeah. How does Nico react to his first state of adversity? I think Nico's going to be fine when it comes to adversity. Vols will beat Bama. I hope we beat ourselves against South Carolina. Yeah, but that you still lost. Whether you no, I think South Carolina won. I refuse to use that argument. If you lose by, like, if you get beat by 3, there may be an argument where we beat ourselves, we shot ourselves in the foot because we made a stupid decision that determined the outcome of the game. No, South Carolina routed Kentucky. They won that game. They earned that game. Give credit where credit. And Kentucky just got beat, plain Jane, plain and simple. Kentucky did not beat themselves against South Carolina. South Carolina dominated you. A loss is a loss. Exactly. It don't matter. It don't matter. No, so you shouldn't be ranked. No. I get the confidence after beating Ole Miss. And that was a good win. But no. Comments on the Georgia versus Bama game. I do think that Georgia is not. I think they were overrated this year, and I'll stand by that. I believe that. But I think Bama dog walked Georgia. They put those Bulldogs on a leash and they dog walked them. And Georgia had a little bit of life at the end there, but they couldn't put it away. Alabama's the better team. Tennessee will dominate Georgia. I don't know if we'll dominate, but I hope. Somebody said you're making a mistake. Like what? Wait, what? How am I making a mistake? Tennessee will lose to Georgia. I don't think that it's a guaranteed loss to Georgia. Dog walked. Should have known about the dude. Yes, Georgia was dog walk. What are you talking about, dude? You're calling me delusion, and you're denying what happened in the first half of that game. Dude, they dog walked you. Period. They put up 42 points. And you guys had a comeback, but let's not act like that Bama probably didn't take their foot off the pedal a little bit because they thought they had that game won. Shoot, bro. Georgia fans are Georgia fans are delusional. I'm just gonna you say it to me, I'm gonna say it to you. You're delusional. You're in denial. Actually, Alabama backed off in the second half. You think they would lose to Alabama? They put up. Do you think Carson Beck will be kicked off the Heisman odds through this season if you know? Yeah, he's not in the Heisman conversation after this past week. What was it? 5 picks? 5 picks. How many picks did he throw? Maybe 5 is a little over exaggerated, but he's not in the Heisman conversation anymore. Guest is on the Bama Tennessee game. Do you think, man, these questions are coming in fast. If Tennessee can establish the run early, they will beat the Dogs. Florida owns the Vols. You ain't lying by that. They do. 3 with a fumble, 3 picks, 1 fumble, and a safety. Yeah, he's not in the Heisman conference. Florida fans, I think, are delusional. 300. They do own Tennessee, though. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna say here, but this is this year, guys. I'm focused on this year. I'm not talking about the success or the confidence you have from past success, or you think Tennessee fans are delusional because they were bad for 15 years. Because they couldn't manage an athletic program with the incompetent AD that we had, and he kept making bonehead coaching decisions. After Fulmer, we were in a valley. We sucked. We were awful, and that's just the reality of it. But Tennessee is a team. It's not going to be long before they are back on the doorstep, and they are right there. How do you think the Georgia-Tennessee game going to go? I think it'll be a close game. It'll be a defensive slugfest. But maybe Georgia's defense just stinks this year. Hope you guys do good. Do you watch any Big Ten games? I do, Devin, when they come on, if it's the only thing to watch, but I mainly watch SEC. RCV says losing to Oklahoma. Well, that's not happening because we already beat them. Hard game in Fayetteville, ? Yes. Come on, swipe left. There we go. Steven says, go blue. Welcome in, guys, to the conversation today. Whether you're a Vol fan or you are a Vol hater, welcome in, baby. Good to have you. Hey, we are on a journey to hit 10 subscribers this week. If you love the content and you want to subscribe to the channel, hit that gold star. I don't know if it's down there in the corner or what. But we are on our journey to 15,000 followers, man, and we have hit 28 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. If we hit 38 subscribers this week, somebody's winning a free T-shirt of their favorite team. So if you're a Vol hater and you subscribe and you like the content, you like the trash talk, come on in. You can win a T-shirt. Would love to have you. And 10% of what we make in our subscriptions goes back to help the needy and less privileged. All year long. So thank you for the follow, guys. Devin is a faithful subscriber. I'm going to pin your comment, bro. Welcome in. Good to see you. So if you guys subscribe, just know you're also making a difference, and that information will be disclosed. Go Blue. Welcome in, but I do love your energy. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. What is Tennessee's ranking? They are ranked 4th in the nation, right above Georgia. I'm gonna make sure I trigger some people's Georgia fans. Slobbering out the mouth. There's no way. There's no way. We're Georgia. Respect us. Bow down to us. We are the Bulldogs. No. Alabama L, Georgia L, Kentucky ? Oklahoma ? No. Will we beat Oklahoma? They were ? At the beginning of the year until I saw how they were playing. Put it as a W. The eyes of Dolly are upon you. I love it. I love it. Love it. Big shout out to the followers that have followed during this live stream. Fair enough. Nervous about Kentucky? No, I'm not. No. I'm focused on as a fan. I'm the most nervous I am for a game right now would probably be after seeing what Bama did would be Bama, but they're definitely beatable. Georgia is not top 5 team. Nervous about Arkansas. I mean, it could be a trap game. What's your take on Travis Smith Jr.? Pretty good. So overall, I think Big Ten is competition for playoffs and Natty. SEC is the showdown. They are. Florida is always a closed game. Yeah, but I think Tennessee pulls away. Once the emotion wears off, Tennessee pulls away. What is Bama's offense ranked? Let me look up cumulative team stats. NCAA. Tennessee, select a team. Hold on. Oklahoma's scoring offense is, let's look at scoring offense. Alabama is ranked 8th in the nation. Tennessee is ranked 1st in the nation in scoring offense. If we look at rushing defense, first down offense, Alabama is ranked. Dang. That stat may not be all that important. They're way down at the bottom. Let's look at rushing. So Tennessee, passing offense. Alabama is ranked, right down there with Tennessee. Tennessee is ranked 33rd. Alabama is ranked 40th in passing offense. If we look at scoring offense, Tennessee is ranked 1. Let's look rushing offense. Tennessee is ranked 4th in the nation in rushing offense. Alabama is ranked 16th. So Tennessee offensively is better than Alabama on paper. Defense, if we look at defense, what's overall defense? Where's the overall defense? Tennessee's ranked 1st, I think. On paper, they are better. Tennessee's better. It's right here in front of me, guys. And it's right here in front. What do you want me to tell you? Andy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Let me look. Let me go back here. Total defense right now, Tennessee is ranked number 1. Total offense, Tennessee is ranked 3rd. Alabama is ranked 14th. Right here in front of us. Back again, Bearded Yummy. Good to see you. What do you think about Mizzou? I think that they've kind of fallen out of the conversation a little bit, and I think rightfully so. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for sharing live. Thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate you guys. From the Bama game, I think that y'all lose to Bama by a field goal and beat Georgia. Jason, thank you for the follower. Thank you for the follow. Jacob, I don't know what people that argument will not convince me that Tennessee is not a good. You can't like Tennessee has played nobody. So has Ohio State, but they're not ranked as high as Tennessee. Who else has played? All these teams, guys, have played nobody. Tennessee is ranked number 1 in total defense. I don't care who you're playing. You've got a good defense. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They went into Oklahoma and shut Oklahoma down. Oklahoma isn't like a freaking top 5 team in the nation, but they're also not a cakewalk team. And Tennessee went in and shut them down. I don't care who you're playing, man. Kent State. We were able to shut out Kent State. You know who couldn't shut out Kent State? Penn State. They scored on you know who couldn't shut out Kent State 2 years ago? Georgia. Like, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter, bro. That argument is so invalid. When on paper they're dominating teams that nobody else is dominating in the way that Tennessee is. Tennessee's good, bro. It doesn't matter. Oklahoma wins that game with receivers. Without receivers, let's go blue. We got some Michigan fans in here. Kentucky will beat Tennessee. No, they won't. NC State, we lose to Bama and maybe beat Georgia. Jonathan, I could see that happening. Kentucky smacking y'all. Good night, man, Kentucky fans. Y'all had a good win against Ole Miss, and here we are. Tennessee's y'all's daddy, period, in football. Period. I think that the series with Tennessee and Kentucky is the most dominant series of every series in the SEC. The most dominant series in the SEC. And Tennessee's better. How do y'all beat Oklahoma by 10 without half of our roster? Like, what? Because we ran the ball the entire second half? And y'all have a pretty decent defense? Like, I don't know which. We beat you, period. It doesn't matter by how much. It's never a perfect game. It's never going to be a perfect game. We beat you. We didn't have 2 offensive linemen, Oklahoma fan. Tennessee didn't either. Tennessee didn't have 2 of their offensive linemen either. We had third-string offensive linemen in there. You wouldn't have 1 if they didn't have 5 receivers out. No, you guys had most of your receivers back that game. Oklahoma fans are still crying. They are, man. I don't understand it. Tennessee dominated you, period. What's your take on Keenan Piley, one of the best middle linebackers in the nation? Prediction against Bama. I don't really have that yet. That's a question mark. We'll have the week of. We'll have prediction. Think we losing to the Tide. I think it's a question mark. We taking down the Vols this year. What are your concerns about playing Alabama? Mobile quarterback. That's about it. Just hit the follow button. Go back up. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your follow. Is our O-line back this week? Yes, Brandon. It's expected that all of our guys are back. How long do you think Nico stays? A couple of years. Titans fan, thank you for follow. What do you think the spread will be against Florida? Tennessee by 21.5. Sooner fans are the biggest crybabies. I don't understand why it's all shoulda, coulda. It's all theoreticals. Well, if we didn't have this, or if we didn't do that, or if we did, dude, you just beat Auburn with a very shallow roster. You just beat Auburn in Auburn with a shallow roster. But the roster is not the excuse. Like you did that. Like, Oklahoma fans, be happy about that. You just beat Auburn in Auburn with a very shallow roster. More injuries than you had against Tennessee, but you couldn't beat Tennessee and Oklahoma. Tennessee's just better. That's it. They're just better. Gators gonna upset the Vols and then lose every other game to be funny. I know you're happy. I'm back. Wildcat Sports Tech. Dude, yep. Wildcat Sports Talk is back, baby. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the live, my friend. They can't be happy about that. Guys, Wildcat Sport Talk in the house. It's fun, good, innocent trash talk. It's all in fun. At the end of the day, we can shake hands and move on as men and women. We lucky that Hawkins didn't play the whole game against OU. I still think we would have beat Oklahoma. I still think we would have beat Oklahoma, whether Hawkins was playing the whole game or not. He only had 22 rushing yards, y'all, against Tennessee in the entire second half. He only had 22 rushing yards. He had a few big plays. That was it. He was still sacked just as many times as he had rushing yards. Tennessee would have. I don't think it would have been any different. They might have had a field goal more or a touchdown more. I don't think it would have been any different. I also believe we can beat Georgia in Georgia this year too. College game day place. Where'd they pick for college game day this year or this week? Tennessee also throttled back the offense. They did. We totally took our foot off the offense for the sake of not having injuries. Podcast. Hey, we took down Kiffin. You gotta love me this week. It was a good win, bro. I was rooting for you guys. I hate Lane Kiffin. Well, no, I don't hate Lane Kiffin. I don't. That's the wrong verbiage. I dislike Lane Kiffin. He's a good dad, a good husband. I don't hate the man. I just like him. Sports is not enough for me to hate somebody. But it was a big win, bro. It was a big win. I'm glad Ole Miss went down. As a Tennessee fan, it helps Tennessee if we can win the games that we should win. So thank you, Kentucky. Lose to Bama and Georgia. I don't think it's a guaranteed loss I think Tennessee can very well beat Alabama and Georgia this year. Game day will be in Berkeley, California for the Cal Miami game. What a horrible location. What? That's a horrible location for Colton. Why? I'm not even going to watch. What? Why? Can somebody explain to me why game day went to Cal for Miami and Cal? Help me understand. What? I don't understand. I just threw up my mouth a little bit. That doesn't make sense. Game day's first ever trip to Cal, and it's not legitimate at all. Why? If we beat Cam Ward, yeah, that's probably it. Cal has lost and Miami undefeated. Cal has one loss and Miami undefeated. But even I would still. I get that they've already been to a Tennessee game, but even Arkansas, Tennessee is going to be a better matchup than Cal and Miami, I think. Maybe Cal will put up a fight with Maybe they looked at the Miami game this past week and said, "This might be this is a winnable game for Cal. Let's go check it out." Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I don't think they should have. Oh, what did I just do with my camera? What the heck? Did I just delete my? Come on. Darn it. What did I do? Guys, I just got rid of myself. I got a face for the radio, so it doesn't really matter. Bama looks tough. They do. Tennessee, Bama will be better than Bama, Georgia. I think so. It's going to be a close game all throughout. Devin says, abracadabra. You took the duel off? I did. I accidentally deleted the camera. My bad, guys. I know, but hey, there's nothing about this face that should be staying on this live. Better than Bama, Georgia. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if we'll see quite the exciting type of excitement game, like a comeback type game, but I think that game will have people on their seats, like the edge of their seats. Willie, thanks for the follow. I think it'll be more of a battle than freaking coming out and dominating one team on the first half. No way y'all think you can actually beat Bama and Georgia. Bro, have you watched Georgia the last few weeks? Like, come on, bro. Holy smokes. Y'all are so deluded. Just denial. Denial. You hate the Vols so much that you can't see past the inconsistencies in your own talking points. You genuinely think that you can look at Georgia and think that Tennessee can't beat Georgia this year. Come on, bro. Let's go. Bama struggled against South Florida. What do you think about Miami? I think Miami might get knocked out of the top 10 maybe this week playing Cal. I don't know. Maybe they rebound, but I think they got let me just say I think they got the game handed to them this past week. I'm a Georgia fan and I feel like we can lose. There we go. There we go. See, there are reasonable Georgia fans out there. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we're guaranteed to win against Georgia. We're not. We could very well get beat by Georgia. Yeah, but Carson Beck's overrated, bro. He had some good throws downfield towards the end of that game there because he got desperate. So he might as well just play desperate all year long, and maybe he'll do better. But Carson Beck is not that. He's not even a Heisman conversationalist right now. He can be a good quarterback, bro, but he's average. He's average. He was throwing up prayers looking for pass interference. Yeah. I mean, he was just throwing up prayers to one-on-one and getting lucky. I think he just got lucky. He was playing desperate. Georgia's good for a team, but if Beck would have played serious, bro, they would have got routed. Carson Beck is a game manager at best. Do you think Tennessee covers the spread versus Arkansas? Yes, I do. Milroe for Heisman. I think he's number one. Him and Cam Ward. Bama by 90. So this says right on. Good to see you, friend. Welcome in, guys. The Georgia game how do I turn on my duel, guys? Is there a way to turn my duel back on? The Georgia game should be a good one. I think it will be a good one. I just don't think Georgia's going to come in and just guarantee W. I don't think that's going to happen this year. Travis Hunter should win the Heisman. He's in the conversation. He's top 3. What's your views for the Kentucky UT game now? I still think Tennessee's a W. Travis Hunter should be number 1 in Heisman talks. Nico for sure winning. I missed that. Absolutely not. Go Vols. The struggle against South Florida should have never happened. Makes me wonder. Alabama and Georgia are unbalanced teams. Tennessee is more balanced on both sides of the ball. I agree. Right now, Tennessee is more balanced than Georgia and Alabama on both sides of the ball. I agree. Georgia and Alabama still have some kinks to work out, even against their lower tier opponents. Tennessee has dominated across the board in almost every facet of every game. The only question I have about Tennessee is scrambling quarterback because Hawkins came in and rushed for 22 yards. But he rushed for 22 yards. It's not that big of a deal. Tennessee is not beating Alabama. Delusional, man. To sit here and believe that there's no way. It's delusional, man. Would love to see the Vols rip Alabama apart. And they could. Bama and Texas will be the second championship. Just wait for Kentucky. Respectfully, we hear that every year. Tennessee dominates Kentucky. So, that talking point doesn't work for a Tennessee fan. I think it'll be a good game. I think Tennessee's got a good defense, but Tennessee dominates Kentucky in a way that no other team has dominated any other team, period. Tennessee versus Texas. Beat us once the last 20 years. Calm down. The Dawn, you're getting triggered, bro. You're getting triggered just because I'm talking about this year. Somebody came in here and said nobody cares about the last 30 years. Nobody cares about the last 20 years. We're talking about this year. I don't know if y'all beat Alabama. It's a question mark. Tennessee beating Georgia all day. Alabama too good this year. I think UK's defense will slow UT down some, but UK's offense. Yeah, I think that UK's defense, just like Oklahoma's defense, will get stops. We'll create some ruckus. But Tennessee's going to get their points, especially playing at home. But Kentucky's offense is going to have to keep up. I don't think they have the power to do it. Ryan, man, thanks for the follow. Michael, thank you for the rose, man. Appreciate you. Where did your camera go? I don't know. I deleted it. Is there a way to turn it back on? Do you think Ole Miss are frauds then? Matt, no. No, I think that Ole Miss just, I don't know. I can't tell. There's got to be more. I think Ole Miss is overrated, but I don't think that they're frauds per se. If that makes any sense, right? What's your take on Brock Vandergriff? He's inconsistent. He's a good quarterback. He's physical, man. He's physical, and he does not care to put his helmet down. He could get hurt doing that, but he's physical. He went to Georgia to play quarterback. He's got to be a good QB, right? But he's I wouldn't say that he's a go out there and win you a ball game type guy. If he's down by 21, right? But he's a good QB. He's a good QB. He's gritty. I think that's a proper way to explain him. Absolutely, Tracy. But Joe Milrow was gritty, right? But he wasn't necessarily a Kobe Mamba mentality type QB, in my opinion. He's a great dual threat. He just can't finish. Brockton is learning fast, 4 games each game. He's getting better. Yeah. UK needs better running backs this year to compare in the upper tier of the SEC. I could see that being truth. Matt, thank you so much, man, for that input. Guys, if you don't subscribe yet, I want to encourage you to take a moment at the top of the hour to hit that subscribe button, man. We are 10 away from hitting our goal this week. 2 people have already won apparel the last 2 weeks because of people like you helping to bring this channel to new heights, man. So if you've been watching the content for a while, if I've earned your respect today in this lunch live, man, check out the subscribe button. For just $2.99 a month, you can help support the channel and support organizations who are making a difference in our community. And I'll be making videos on where that 10% will go to. So you guys we're going to be a channel that's passionate about Vols sports. We're passionate about college athletics, but we're going to be difference makers. We're going to make a difference. We're going to be different by making it a difference. So check out that subscribe button, man. And there are tiers that you get and benefits that you get with that subscription. So check that out, my friends. L Kentucky, L Alabama, L Georgia. Other than your trash QB, y'all are decent. Are you saying that Nico is trash? What? Comment doesn't even make me mad. If it was meant to trigger me, that's what? Who said Nico is trash? This dude. This dude. I pinned his comment. I don't know if he's trying to respond to somebody else or not. If Kentucky could get Chip Time healthy, they will be okay. Yeah, Tyler, I think they've got a pretty decent team, man. Defensively, offensively, they're gonna lose some games if they can't get their offense in check. Against more balanced teams like Tennessee, I think Tennessee is just more balanced. I think that's a W. People really sleeping on Tennessee. They really are. I don't understand it. I get it, but I get it. Sorry, guys. Arkansas lets me down more. Should have beat Georgia. Alabama, UT shaping up to be even bigger game now. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, there's always next year, says Preston. I'd rather be slept on than overhyped. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. But the media they've got there, I mean, Tennessee's ranked 4th in the nation. So they're getting their respect. They just got to keep winning. Got to keep winning. People aren't sleeping on the UK. They played against South Carolina and deserve it. They played they didn't play well against South Carolina. Tennessee will probably make the playoffs. Right now, they're at an 80+% chance. So I don't know how people don't take Tennessee seriously. Me neither. Emotional hate rather than they have emotional hate for Tennessee. They're triggered when they see the Vols orange, and so 305. For those of you who watch my lives, 305 isn't in here. Old Smoky Vol Show, GBO, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Diz Kentucky is decent at best. Their defense is pretty good. Hadn't played a good team. Y'all are losing to the dogs. Not after you guys perform the way you did against Bama and then a couple weeks before against Kentucky. You're beatable. They're just sensitive to bright colors. Yeah, they can go blind. If Georgia played the same they played the second half, it wouldn't have been close. Old Smoky Vol show says true. Yeah. I don't know what it is with these Georgia fans. Still ranked 5th in the nation, just completely dropped an egg against Alabama, basically, and still coming in here with the confidence that they have. I'd be more concerned about trying to win out on the schedule that you guys have. Excited to see our defense against Georgia. Me too, Smitty. Me too. Cool Whip says roll tide. No, I can't say it. It makes me gag every time. Tennessee is great this year, but people don't take them seriously because they lose or two every year. There's a lot of teams that that lose one or two every year. Bama is winning the SEC. You guys are not beating Bama. Matt, I get the Bama fans are confident after that win, bro, but come on, man. To sit here and look at Tennessee this year and say that there's no way that Tennessee beats Bama. Bama as a football team right now is not that much better than Tennessee, where you can just chalk up a W for Bama. You're not going in and playing Vanderbilt. You're not going in and playing Vanderbilt. You're not going in and playing Mississippi State. You're not going in and playing freaking North Texas. You're not going in and playing Pitt. You're going into a team in Knoxville who is ranked 4th in the nation, has the number 1 defense in the nation, the number 3 total offense in the nation, and you guys are behind Tennessee in both of those statistical categories, and sitting there saying, "Go, we're guaranteed going to win." Come on, bro. Use some logic, man. Just look at it and say it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Y'all are delusional, man. You call me delusional and come in here and start talking like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't matter. Let them play. Stats don't lie. Tape don't lie. GBO. Old Smoky, I'll show. Yeah, man. It's not a guaranteed win, but I feel confident. I get that. That right there is respectable. I feel confident. I feel confident that Alabama can beat Tennessee this year. I feel that. That makes sense, but there's no way with the laugh emoji. Just it's insane, bro. Knoxville's going to be wild, yes, sir. Nico going to have a breakout game versus Bama. I hope. Thoughts on South Carolina, man? They got a stout defense, bro. I think they're better than Kentucky. They proved it on the field against Kentucky. I think South Carolina could beat Ole Miss. Tennessee is good this year. Heck yeah, Dylan, they are, man. Appreciate your input, bro. Y'all have been battling bronchitis this week, and I got this rattle whenever I exhale. It's like this painless rattle in my chest, bro. I can't get this gunk out of my chest. Kentucky will beat you guys by 3. I don't think their offense is going to be able to keep up to be able to do that, man. Kentucky's going to be the best defense y'all faced all year, probably, or Tennessee's going to be the best defense Kentucky faces all year in Neyland Stadium. I don't think you're going to be able to win. I just don't. Tennessee got a good defense. I'll give all that, but it's hard to stop a dominant offense. Matt, man, thank you for the rose, guys. Thank you so much for the gifts. Those are supporting the live in that way. We got a money gun earlier. I've never gotten a money gun before, but we got a money gun earlier. So whoever that was, man, thank you. Earlier in the hour, Arkansas going to be the best defense y'all played so far. No, I don't think so. I think Oklahoma's offense is better than Arkansas. I don't think that's really debatable. But let's look. Let's look at total defense. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Oklahoma. Where's Arkansas in total defense? Oh, man. Oh man. Total defense, Alabama is ranked 41st. So that's another thing. Alabama fans coming in and looking at their team, thinking their defense is going to be able to rank in 41st in the nation, and Tennessee's ranked first. That's delusion in and of itself. Oklahoma is ranked 48. Oh, Oklahoma and Arkansas. Arkansas is ahead of Oklahoma by 20 points in defense. So Arkansas's got it. I think that I don't think Arkansas is that much better than Oklahoma. So I think it's going to be similar to the defense they saw at Oklahoma. But yeah. Arkansas got the fourth best offense in the SEC. They've also got Tennessee is ranked in the entire nation #1 total defense, right? And people will say, you haven't played anybody. So has the majority of all these teams, but they're not #1. So the argument doesn't work for me. It's the whole you haven't played anybody. It makes no sense. But #3, Tennessee total offense is #3. Arkansas is #13. So Tennessee is just overall the better team on paper, and they've got more depth. I think Tennessee wins this one. Arkansas won't be able to outperform Tennessee. Their offense isn't good enough. They do have the #13th ranked total offense, but they're also playing the #1 defense in the nation. Arkansas has only played so this past week. Arkansas battled it out right with Texas A&M. Texas A&M in total defense. I want to look at the total defensive teams that they've played compared to Tennessee's defense. So Texas A&M isn't even anywhere close to any team that Arkansas has played defensively is nowhere close to where Tennessee's at. Nowhere. So I think that Tennessee wins this game pretty big. I'm going to the Arkansas game, and we're probably going to get manhandled. You never know, man. It's every day in the SEC. Kentucky defense. We said the same thing about Ole Miss. Kentucky defense is going to be a problem for y'all. They're going to have their moments. Jaden can't stand the fact that Tennessee's going to win. I think big on Arkansas. Did the Auburn Oklahoma game concern you? No. It gave me more confidence in the win over Oklahoma. Man, Oklahoma's 4-1 right now. Man, they're ranked 16th in the nation. Their only loss is to Tennessee. Only loss. Let's go. Go Vols, baby. What's your score prediction for the Bama game? I don't really have a score prediction quite yet. We'll have more of a detailed, just shot in the dark right now. It's kind of pointless. I don't even think there's a spread on that game yet. I have not been paying any attention to my YouTube. There's nobody on there.